Good morning. My name is Misha, and I'm leading marketing in Dodo Pizza UK. And one of our current focuses for our team this quarter is retention. Why retention is so important? Well, revenue is very much dependent on the inflow of new customers and how are they sticking. And retention has a direct and the most significant impact to long-term revenue growth. To manage retention, we first measure it, get insights from it, and create and execute plans on improving it. And this is a constant process. So I'll start with measurement, how we do that. We start with the very basic figures, absolute numbers. And in July, we had reached a record number of 813 returned customers in Dodo Pizza Leamington Spa. And the share of the return customers is also increasing month by month. And in July, we reached 63% of return customers out of all customers. Another way to improve the retention is actually to focus on the channels which brings you the higher quality customers or higher stickiness. And for example, in our case, if we compare site and mobile application, we see that app has a 60% higher retention versus site. And in February, we got this number and we changed our focus in all marketing activities to promote only app in all the pay channels and give only a big promotion through the app. And as you can see, in July, we reached 64% of all the orders. They're coming through our own app. More advanced way to look at the retention is through weekly cohorts. This is more a granular way to see on what's happening week by week with different customers. And what it shows you is basically the share of customers returning on weekly basis. What we look is usually on the weekly basis, we look how the short-term retention works, how is the second week customers are returning. And also we look at, as we call it, long tails, the share of customer returning to us after 5, 10, 15, 20 weeks, and compared to the average numbers. And this tracking let us see and react on the big fluctuations. For example, on the big drops as we've had on the week 19, when the lockdown in the UK was over and our competitive landscape increased 2 times because the bars and restaurants started to open and our retention, as you can see, dropped also 2 times. But now, despite the low seasonality and that the students went away, we still managed to bring back the retention rate to the levels we had before the lockdown was over. So this is a big achievement for our team. Another interesting metric is the periods between the repeated orders. What we found out is that majority of our customers, they order pizza on the same day of the week. For example, if you order pizza on Tuesday, most likely you will order it again on the Tuesday, either next week or in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and 4 weeks. These are the peaks on the graphs. And this gave us few ideas. The first idea is that we want to deliver the direct communication on the same weekday as the client got the last order. And in future, we also want to integrate in our own app a feature where customer can actually choose their favorite day for pizza and receive a special offer on that day. And now moving more on insights, more deeper insights on the retention. Well, there is a lot of factors influencing retention, like, for example, product, like taste or NPS or assortment, or if you look at the service, this can be the delivery time or the feedback or the service level that customer received, or it can be price and promotions, or in terms of the brand, how familiar they are, how they trust us. And there's a lot of external factors, for example, like competitors' activities, seasonality, even weather or lockdown or the absence of lockdown. And the way actually to understand how these factors influence on retention, you either need to look on the granular level or to build a very complex mathematical model, which we still cannot do, unfortunately, or you can actually hack it and go to the customers who bought from you at least several times, but didn't order anything for 60 days, which means that most likely they left. Come to them and ask why, what happened. And this is exactly what we've done several months ago. And what we found out is that majority of our customers who left were actually very much satisfied. Yes, they had some concerns regarding limited menu, and we do have an action plan in place how to improve that. But if you look at this at this bottom line, they say everything was quite perfect. So we dive, but still, they actually went back to their previous brand. So we dig deeper, and what we found out is that the habit is one of the most powerful features for our human brains. And to rewire the habit, you need to build repetition and reason to order again, even for a brand that you liked. And in a few slides, I'm going to show you what we've done and what we are planning to do to actually move this habit from the competitors to us. There is another interesting way to look at the retention on the completely different angle is actually look at who are your top buying customer and how you can reach more of them. So what we've done in Leamington Spa, we've used an open source data, mostly the social networks, to see that our top three segments are IT professionals, white collar workers, and senior class university students who unfortunately left for the summertime, but we still hope that in September they're going to come back. And now we're focusing a lot of attention to targeting exactly these three groups. So it's actually, yes, we're bringing less customers, but more high quality customers, which bring us in return higher stickiness and higher LTV. How we put these insights into actions? Well, the first one is actually retention starts from your first order. And if you add more emotion or more wow factor to it, there is a chance that you can win not only a stomach, but also a heart of your customers. Usually luxury brands use this approach of personal letters, but we use it in Leamington as well. And as you can see, this is a handwritten envelope. And inside there is a quite personal letter from David, one of our leaders in the Dodo Pizza UK team, which explains a story about the Dodo Pizza UK and about the unique dough. And this creates a small connection. Another way to increase the wow factor is to give customer more than they expect, especially for high value customers that brings you more check. For us, these are the customers who order more than 40 pounds at once. We give them either ice cream, gelato, or our signature garlic bread as a gift, which creates a wow factor because they don't expect it. And for example, in July, the share of orders of such customers were only 16%. But if you look at the share of revenues, this is a pretty significant number. This is 16% of our revenue. As I've said, the most important thing what we need to do is create a habit. And habit for us is to move customer from ordering just once to order at least 4 times. Why 4 times? Well, there's different researches. One of them saying that at least three times, the other saying 4 times for our category. We went into pessimistic kind of a scenario. So we said we need to move as many customers to 4 times ordering as we can. And to do so, we use a mix of direct communication with different messages for different segments, as well as retargeting. And this approach brought us 14% of the customers that made at least 4 orders at Dodo Pizza in Leamington Spa. And if we compare this figure July versus June, this is a 2% increase, which is a pretty good job for our team. People like to help, and people like to get rewarded for it. And we constantly run different surveys and researches with our customers. And for participating in it, we give them a gift. And again, what that means, that brings them back to us. So this is a great approach to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Another interesting mechanics that we tested a few months ago is a classical referral program. Unfortunately, we didn't have resources to do it through our own app because we still don't have our IT product leader. Hopefully, we'll soon find one. So we had to execute it through SMS. How it works, very simple. Customer receive SMS with the code that can only be used by their friends. Some of them forward it to their friends. Friends order pizza using this code and get a reward. And those customers whose friends use this code, they also got a gift. You can look in the number and say, well, they're pretty small. Yes, they are. But on the larger scale, when we grow, that actually is a very powerful tool. And especially if this can be integrated natively in our mobile application, that can bring even higher returns for these mechanics. Habit can only be built if you're constantly reminding customers about yourself. And one of the most cost-effective ways to do so is through retargeting campaign in digital. So how's retention performing? Well, quite well. If we compare ourselves to our peer groups, we're doing good. We are very proud of it, but we never satisfied. So this is the plan for our retention improvement for this quarter. What we're going to do is we see that offline is actually a great channel for reminding. So we're going to increase the offline push there. The SMS and mobile push, we're doing still them manually. So the goal there is to move more to trigger-based approach and to save some time for our team. We are planning to run some experiments with email marketing, which we haven't started yet in the UK. We want to run the second batch of Friends Bring Friends campaign through SMS and push. The constant taste and assortment improvement with our R&D and menu teams, and sharpening the brand propositioning, adding emotion to our taste and speed functional proposition. So start your Monday by checking your retention rates and ask yourself, what can we do to make it better? So think about it and have a great week. Thank you.